Today I thought we'd go for a little Ibex hunt in Classic because lately we've spent a lot of time on Silver Ridge Peaks in Call of the Wild, and being in the mountains and hunting mountain goat and bighorn and stuff, it just got me thinking of the Ibex in Vaudebois Mountains, and ever since this map came out back in 2014, it's been one of my favorites, and I still remember the first day going up here and seeing my first big alpine Ibex, and ever since then I've been hooked on them. But I decided to fast travel up here pretty much exactly for this reason, because a lot of times if you spawn right here, the goats just won't spawn, because in Classic, no animals spawn within 150 meters of your spawn point, so fast traveling to where you want to start is usually a good idea. But I think we only have the one out there, but we'll try to get it. I brought the 7.62 today because it's one of my favorite, like, long-range weapons. It can take the bigger scope, which is nice, and it's pretty flat shooting, so I think we can probably get that. Would say we definitely got that. And oh, that's a pretty good one. That is precisely what we're after, and naturally I didn't even see him up there, so we gotta keep really good track of where he goes. This is one of the few species in this game that you can really truly lose, because if he gets too far away up on the mountain or whatever, it's possible for us to not be able to get him. But I want to get a score estimate on that. Only up to 245, so he's not giant, but that's the kind of thing that I was talking about. When I saw one of those for the first time, I was hooked on hunting these, and he's really not that far away yet. We can probably get that, especially if he's standing still. If we can get centered. Not too bad. So I actually had a pack of two 7.62 rounds, and that's got us just set there. Did I say 7.62? Because this is 7 by 64. I think I've been calling it the 7.62, but either way, it's a nice little medium game rifle, and got us two Ibex, one that's not too bad. So obviously this is the one we care about, and I think he's going to be 230s most likely. Double long shot at 240 is not bad, and 241, so high end of the score estimate, and hopefully we can get him down here a little bit for a nice trophy shot. For what it is, that's not bad at all. I can't get the camera any closer, like we just kind of start sliding to the side, but I really like these ones where you can get just the, like, downward slope of the mountains in the background. It just looks really cool, so not a bad start at all. You can see he's only worth 59 GM, so he's really not huge, but those are the things I was hoping to see today, and to find one at the start is like a perfect start in my mind. So I didn't get to actually draw out the plan yet, and by the way, I did go and claim that female before we got him, but we're starting up here, and obviously we've gotten to this point, but I want to go down through this area a bit, and then probably cut back across towards this mountain, because right here, there's kind of like a, I don't know what to call it in a mountain. It's not like a field, but there's a big clearing, and a lot of times the Ibex kind of hang out in that area, and then once we get to that point, we'll likely go down south as well. And I'm hoping we can get some down here, because a lot of times this is where I get my biggest goats. So we'll try that area too. But, I mean, starting off with the 241 is definitely solid. And if we can best the one we have in the Trophy Lodge, that would be just amazing. We have a 275 right now. And the thought of getting a 280 is so cool to me. So someday I'd like to do that. Maybe we can even accomplish that today. So there's actually a little Ibex right down here in front of us. We're going to have to crouch up to be able to get a shot at him, and hopefully he's not going to flee. Couldn't quite get the brain shot because we have such zoom with this thing. He actually went down pretty quickly, though. I thought we'd need a follow-up for that. One running across there, which looked to be a similar sized male from the little look I got. But yeah, they make like a little chirping warning call. Not the sound that you maybe just heard there. That's like a bird or whatever, but there's a louder, sharper chirp. And I heard him doing that and just kind of snuck over here, and naturally he was literally right in front of me. But that was just a body hit. That's how weak these guys are. A skull shot brought him down in 4 seconds, but just a little 121 score, and at least that's a male that could leave tracks and stuff that we won't have to worry about later. There's one way out there, like around 300 meters. I think it's just a female, and to be honest, I can't remember exactly where to aim for 300, but it's something to do with that first gap in the crosshairs, so I guess we'll give it a shot. We definitely hit it. I couldn't see an impact on it. But, I mean, we just saw how weak Ibex are, so it shouldn't go very far. And I'm just going to mark that last place. And by the way, you see the ptarmigan flying around over there and stuff. I did bring the 12 gauge, so if any actually fly near us, we'll probably try to get them. And I wouldn't be too shocked if that happens on our way over there. Ooh, okay. Apparently, also stepping on them works. Another one somewhere. I hear it. Getting a little bit far. Cool. I was starting to think we weren't going to find any, but I guess they were just chilling over here. I hear another one not too far away. I'm not sure it's close enough to get with a shotgun, but that is going to be Ibex blood. So we have that trail, and I'll probably take it slow through here because a lot of times the ptarmigan kind of come back where they initially came from. But where was that first one? Alright, I was off by a little bit. The first one's there, and then the second one, which was a male, is here. I want to say they get up around 700. I'm not actually 100% sure what to look for in these, but we can definitely go back and check the leaderboard at the end just to make sure we don't miss out on anything huge, but I'm sure they go to at least like 640. 640 might be a decent one, but neither of those were super big. I thought that was a ptarmigan. I couldn't tell if it was just a little rock, but that's another male one. Got the 22 pistol for those kind of shots as well. I still don't see the Ibex, and I actually haven't had a track from it in a minute, but I'll take bonus ptarmigan kills. Oh, alright, there was another one there. We're probably spooking Ibex by doing that, but I definitely don't mind shooting some birds as we go around, so in theory this could have a chance as long as it's below 650 and above 640, but just 580 for him, and this guy had an even lower estimate, so we know he's not going to be all that special, but we'll take the harvest and apparently do missions too, so that'll help with some GM. But I have no idea where this Ibex got to. Really, she only ran about 200 or 300 meters. 2-minute wound time. That was a skull hit? So clearly I aimed too high. I have no idea how it got over there. Maybe the wind? That was a little bit weird the way she fell down, but this track here is actually from a max weight Ibex. Fairly fresh, and kind of go in the direction I want to go, so we'll definitely go and see if we can find that. Ooh, there we go. Alright, so he got up on top of the mountain that I was talking about, and that looks pretty solid from this angle. 240 to 295, that's the max score estimate. He looks really narrow though. And of course he's going to stop in that brush. I want a clear shot because down over the other side of that mountain is a royal pain. So I want to make sure we get a really good shot and hopefully just drop him. Because it's really steep down there and it's very possible to lose something. So let's just get that. He's got the darker horns as well, which is the best you can get basically. So the way that Ibex are scored, other than the normal like length and circumference and all that of the horns, is the color. I think they call it like beauty points or something. So that first one we shot was probably a 2. It wasn't the lightest horn type, but it wasn't near the darkest. I think the one we just shot was the darkest, so he basically gets plus, I think 4 over the smallest. It's either plus 3 or plus 4. I don't remember if not the smallest, the lightest, but I don't remember if the lightest is 0 or 1. But they chose a good spot. I mean, I mentioned that mountain. They decided to be right by my climbing gear, so we can get up there and hopefully get him. And his horns are kind of buried in the ground there, so I'm not sure. Like, it looked like he had really narrow horns with a like high curl, which a lot of times doesn't score that high, so I'm guessing he's probably 240s even with that high estimate. But good shot, and 266. That's way bigger than I thought he was. Usually like 260s and 270s. Maybe he's not as big a curl as I thought. They curl back a lot more, which I guess seeing it like that, he actually does. But I thought it was a lot higher curl. That's a big surprise, because I knew he was decent, but I actually thought he'd be low end of that estimate. That's a really nice Ibex. It wasn't really a good spot to shoot him though, because he's just on the side of this hill where he wants to slide down, but that's not bad. I kind of like the backdrop of that first one we shot a lot better, but at least we got the goat good and close in the trophy shot. So, I mean, these are just standing here chirping at us. So we'll probably try to get that one. I felt like that was one of the best shots we've made so far, and that one didn't drop it. But yeah, we'll get that, and then we're going to fast travel down to the south area, because I only have 1 pack of bullets with me, and that has 6 shots, so I think we'll ignore all these other ones that are running around right now and save the shots for potentially bigger ones. But there's a lot up here. And that wasn't even shoulder blade, it was just a body hit. I'm not even sure how I managed that, but yeah, we could fast travel to the lodge and just walk up, but I like getting to that tent because a lot of times they're right near it, and you can get in the tripod and really scan around without spooking stuff, so we'll go slow getting over here just in case there are any close by. And there was actually this one little one right by the tent, so we're going to get him and then hopefully spin around and kind of spot. That wasn't even close to where I was aiming. That hit like way up front in his shoulder, but he went down, and I tried to glass all through here, but with as many rocks as there are and stuff, it's really easy to just not see one. And the most common area is they come running out of here, because I just, for some reason, I guess never look there, but I don't actually see any. I don't see any running off or anything, so maybe there's none right in this immediate area. But we're going to go down through that little pass there anyway and check that, but maybe that means there'll be a lot down there, because a lot of times, if you shoot anything up here, a good like 4 or 5 Ibex show up. But yeah, again, that was body, and I feel like that hit way further right than I was aiming, and I'm not sure why. Like, it was 25 meters, there's no wind or anything that could cause that, so I have no idea what the deal with that is, but we'll head kind of down in that direction then. That's another pretty decent Ibex. I think that's the taller curl that I was talking about. Yeah, he's 200 to 255. There's one right there as well. It's actually another tiny male, but yeah, I was just thinking how empty this area was, and then I heard the chirping that he's doing, that warning call. It kind of crawled down here, and there's a bunch down here, so I must have spooked him at some point. But to stay away from that rock, I'm gonna keep that kind of high. I know that was a shoulder blade shot, but I was afraid of missing entirely just by like hitting the rock hitbox. But maybe we can get that guy too. And that might actually be the end of our little Ibex hunt, because not too far over there is basically as far as you can go. You have to drop down to like the kind of valley below and then go back up other climbing gear, which I do have set up, but we've actually done pretty decent. That's 3 like big curl Ibex, and I'm thinking this guy's like 230 or something, but we got a 266 in this hunt, which is well above average. Like, that's a really nice goat for any Ibex hunt, and I'm pretty happy with that. I just was hoping to see some good ones, and to see 3 different ones is definitely a good hunt, so I didn't even pay attention. 166 or whatever for that guy, and it looks like the one that we shot first is down here. So, I mean, again, they're so weak. You can take a shoulder blade shot knowing that it's going to be a shoulder blade shot, and they still go down pretty quickly, like 4 seconds. But yeah, 226 for that guy. I don't think we'll take a trophy shot since we got 2 nicer goats in the hunt, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. I always enjoy hunting them. Like, that's what I was talking about. Seeing those big horns is always such a little rush. And then when you see a 266 come up, it's a bigger rush. But yeah, not a bad hunt. Definitely a good goat. And that is going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.